Spiritual progression within Spiritism and Espiritismo is measured by our actions. It's measured by what we do. Not what we say, not what we intend, not what we philosophize or hope for, what we do in the here and now. That progress can be reviewed and evaluated in several ways, but two common ways that you may hear is through misa and through charity work. By charity work, it is pretty obvious that you are trying to work on your progression and your elevation. There are some things that we look out for as you are doing charity, but for the most part, the initial act itself is a wonderful step. In Misa, on the other hand, we watch other mediums, not necessarily because there's anything suspicious going on, although when we do suspect something like that, there is a review, there is an account of that person, there are tests that we put that person through. However, when it's just mediumship and when it's just for the observation of watching someone move in their progress, what we are looking for is someone who listens to their spirits. And by listening to their spirits, it means that when they are called to give a message, when they have a feeling, when they are called to get up and dance, when they're called to sing or to say a prayer or to say a poem, when they are called to heal or give passes, whatever they are called to do, it is their obligation to fulfill that call. And so by observing whether people follow through with their spiritual calls is one of the ways in which we can see progress happening in the moment, in the here and now. Why am I talking about this right now on Halloween night when the spirits are out? In this liminal time of year, we are given tests. During any liminal time of year, we are given tests, which is why protection is always so important. But essentially, we are given tests regarding our discernment, regarding our ability to hear our spirit clearly and to follow the call of our spirit. And during these liminal times, it is very easy for lower vibrational spirits or spirits who have nothing to do with you, who are just passerbys, to interfere with those messages, to interfere with the clarity, because they may have their own agenda or are seeking help or are seeking mischief or whatever the case may be. And so yet another reason to bring this up is because this is an opportunity, once again, to work on your progress, to work on your discernment and your ability to heed the call of your spirit. If your spirit at this time is calling you to rest, then rest. If your spirit is calling you to pray, then pray. If your spirit is calling you to help someone in need, do so. See, what a lot of people don't realize is that in Misa, for example, part of us watching whether or not you are engaging in your progression in the moment has to do with your elevation. Yes, it has to do with your development. Yes, it has to do with strengthening your connection with spirits and with community. But it also has to do with the fact that these tests that I was just talking about with regards to this liminal time of year, these tests are happening to us all the time, every single day, whether we're consciously aware of it or not. And when we go to Misa, these are opportunities for all of those tests that we either ignored or were not aware of to bubble up and come up out into the surface, and gives us the opportunity to address those issues in a safe space with our spirits and with fellow mediums who can offer us light and healing. Essentially, Misa, in this perspective, is in a way utilized like psychotherapy, like a form of therapy. And all the ways in which we release some of these tests and release some of these heavy weights that we carry with us is done through talk therapy, somatic movements, trance states, etc., etc. So Misa isn't just all those things I had mentioned before. It is also a place of psychological, emotional, and physical progression. Remember, the progression isn't just spiritual, it's holistic. And so part of this process, part of having this evaluation and saying to you here and now that if you decide to walk these paths, you are walking a path of accountability. You are walking a path that says, what am I doing here and now to better my situation? We're not crying about the past. We're not talking about our triggers or what mom and dad did to us. We're talking about the here and the now. What do I need to do to release and to purge? And what steps do I need to take? What prescriptions do I need to fulfill to open my roads so that I can make steps forward? And lastly, what are the steps that I need to take forward? All of that gets revealed during Misa. All of that gets revealed during your own private meditations when you're at your table. All of that gets revealed during consultas when you are speaking with Espiritistas. All of that gets revealed either in those spaces or throughout time, because your tests are constantly being given to you. It's a matter of whether or not you are present. It's a matter of whether or not you are making yourself aware. Anyway, that's my 2 cents for tonight. Live consciously, live intentionally, and make moves. Be better than you were yesterday. So much love, you guys. This is The Magical Solution. I'm Leilani, and this is how we grow.